Today we'll learn chapter number 2, nutrition in animals. As we know, all living things require food, right? It gives energy to perform various life processes. Animals cannot prepare their own food and depend on plants or other animals for their food, while human beings consume both plant and animal products, right? As well as each and every animals having a different ways by which they taking their foods. Amoeba uses pseudopodia to engulf food particles. Hydra uses tentacles to catch food. Paramecium uses cilia. Mosquitoes use feeding tubes for sucking blood. Birds use their beaks. Snakes swallow their food as a whole, and humans use their hands. Right? Now, then after how digestion takes place in human being after taking the food, there are different ways, right? Now, how digestion takes place in human being? Let's try to understand first of all about it. If we talk about the digestion system, there are different organs involved in it. If you observe the given diagram, very first journey of the digestion, your digestive system is started from mouth, then after it goes to the esophagus, means what, food pipe. After it goes into stomach, from the stomach it goes to the small intestine, and from the small intestine to large intestine, and at last it's stored in the rectum, and from the anus it's taken away from the body, right? Yeah, we can say passed out from the anus by the anesthesia of the anus, right? Now, how digestion is take place? First of all, definitely the question is arise in our mind, what is digestion? The mouth, the stomach, and the small intestine are involved in the process of digestion. Digestion begins in the mouth. The saliva that is secreted by the salivary glands contain digestive juices that breaks down starch in the food to sugar, as well as pancreas secretes pancreatic juices that digest carbohydrates into sugar and proteins into amino acids. Liver is also helping, the largest gland in the body. The liver secretes bile juice into the small intestine to digest fats, right? And that bile juice is stored in the gallbladder. So now all of you understood? Sure, good. So are the different organs, see, the mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and anus are known as what, main organs of the digestive system, while salivary glands produce saliva, pancreas produce pancreatic juices, and liver secretes bile juice are the helping in digestion, so are known as what, accessory organs of the digestive system. Got it? Now, buccal cavity. Cavities are produced, right? First of all, we ingest the food What do you mean of ingestion? The process of taking food into the mouth is broken down into smaller pieces with the help of teeth. The process of breaking down food into smaller pieces by the teeth is called mastification. Having a four different kinds of teeth in our mouth: incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. Incisors, the four flat front teeth in each jaw are called incisors. They are also called biting teeth. See in the figure, so you come to know about it well. Next, where they are situated in our mouth, what's the position of it? Second, canines, the two sharp pointed teeth in each jaw, upper and lower, that lie on either side of the incisors are called canines. They are also called tearing teeth, right? Then after, premolars, the third kinds of teeth, four teeth on either side of the canines in each jaw that help to chew and grind food are called premolars. What is the function of it? Grind and chewing the food. Molars, six large and broad back teeth on either side of the premolars in each jaw, upper and lower, that help to chew and grind food are called premolars. So now all of you understood about the different kinds of teeth in our mouth? Sure, good. Now let's try to understand about tongue. See, as we know, tongue have is a fleshy muscular organ present in our mouth that is free at the front but attached at the back. The tongue helps to mix the food, detect different kinds of taste, and swallow food. If you observe the given diagram, we come to know about the different zones of the taste. See how we can justify sour taste, bitter, sweet, and salty, right? So from it we come to know. Now then after, tooth decay. After eating a food, if we cannot clean up our teeth properly, so it can causes due to the presence of bacteria in our mouth. It is very important to take care of our teeth to prevent them from decaying. If we do not clean our teeth properly, it start acting on the food suck on and between our teeth and produce an acid. These acids damage the teeth and results in cavities. Such damage to teeth is called tooth decay. Got it? Now bacteria grow faster on sweet and sugary products. Sometimes bacteria, food particles, and saliva form a thick layer on the surface of the teeth, and due to that it seems yellowish, which is called plaque. Got it? Sure. Now saliva and salivary glands. The salivary glands present in the mouth continuously secretes saliva. The primary function of saliva is to make the food moist, and it's release some enzymes which is helping in the digestion of our food, right? Then after the digestion, takes place. Yeah, the journey of the digestion moves from mouth to esophagus or food pipe. From the mouth, the food passes through esophagus or food pipe into the stomach. The walls of the esophagus relax and contract continuously to push the food down. The regular relaxation and contraction of walls help in movement of food particles in esophagus is called peristaltic movement. But one point you have to keep in mind properly over here, no digestion takes place in the esophagus. Got it? Just food is passes from the food pipe. See the diagram of the journey from esophagus to stomach is shown over here. Now stomach is a U-shaped muscular organ present in the upper abdomen. The inner walls of the stomach secrete digestive juices, mucus and hydrochloric acid. The digestive juices break down proteins into simpler forms, and hydrochloric acid kills microorganisms and provides an acidic medium for digestion to take place. The food is now partially digested and in the form of a thick soup, means becomes a semi solid, right, fluid. That partially digested food goes into a highly coiled and 7.5-meter long tube called the small intestine, where it goes in the small intestine. The inner walls of the small intestine secrete digestive juices. The largest gland in the body, the liver, secretes bile. Already we have discussed before it, which is helping in the digestion of fats. Pancreatic juices helping in the digestion of carbohydrates and proteins. So digestion is completed in the small intestine. Then after, gallbladder. Bile juice which is secreted from the liver is stored in the gallbladder. Bile plays a very important role in the digestion of fats. It is situated on the right side of the body. Now absorption and assimilation in small intestine. Both processes already take place in the small intestine, absorption as well as assimilation. Now what do you mean of it? Absorptions of nutrients takes place in the small intestine. There are finger-like projections in the lining of the small intestine called villi. Villi increases the surface of area of the lining, make absorption more efficient. Villi have a network of blood vessels which already transported the all soluble food absorbed by the villi and transported through the blood vessels to the different parts of the body. So it's a most important function of the villi, right? That's all soluble food, it is absorbed by the villi and transported through the blood vessels. That full network villi have, right, and sending to the different parts of the body. And then after, assimilation takes place. That absorbed by the nutrients absorbed by the blood are transported to each cell of the body, where it is broken down with the help of oxygen for producing energy, carbon dioxide and water. Got it? Sure. So both process, absorption and assimilation, takes place in small intestine. Now then after it, the journey of the digestion takes place in large intestine. The all undigested food passes into the large intestine from the small intestine. In it, water is absorbed from the undigested food, and undigested food becomes semi-solid. Because why? The amount of the water is absorbed over here, right, from the undigested food, and that undigested food convert into semi-solid, and that semi-solid stored in rectum, and then after it passes out of the body through the anus. That excreta is passes out through the anus, right, and this whole process is called digestion. Understood? Sure. Okay, so like this way whole digestive process is going in our body. Now let's try to learn how digestion take place in grass eating animals. See, as we knows about the grass eating animals, cows and some other grass eating animals can swallow large amount of food at the same time, and later on bring back the swallowed food into the mouth to chew it again and again. This process of chewing the cud is called rumination, and such type of animals are called ruminants. Such type of animals are known as what? Ruminants. Grass is rich in the carbohydrate, cellulose, which many other animals and humans cannot able to digest, but it can be digested by the ruminant animals. Understood? Sure. Good. Now digestion of how digestion takes place in ruminants. Digestion of chewed food takes place in the stomach. The stomach of ruminants having four different chambers. First rumen, second reticulum, omasum and abomasum. Rumen is the largest and first chamber, which stores large quantity of food that is quickly consumed. The food is partially digested over here. Cellulose is digested in the rumen by the presence of billions of bacteria and protozoa over here, and due to that it is already able to digest cellulose, right. Then after it passes in the reticulum is a second chamber into which food enters from the rumen. Here the contents of both rumen and reticulum mix freely. The curd is brought back to the mouth and is re-chewed and re-swallowed over here. Now then after it goes in the third and the smallest chamber of the stomach, into which all food passes after chewing. Excess of water is absorbed over here and it is called omasum. And last chamber of the stomach, into which food from the omasum passes, the walls of the abdomasum secrete digestive juices that helps in digestion. So like this way digestion is takes place in ruminants. Understood? Sure. Good. Now feeding and digestion in amoeba. Next is what? Feeding and digestion in amoeba. As we know, amoeba is a microscopic single-celled organism found in pond water. Amoeba has a cell membrane having irregular shape and consists of a cell membrane, nucleus and vacuoles. Amoeba can change its shapes constantly and give out finger-like projections called pseudopodia, which is helping in the taking a food, engulf the food particles and helping to push the food inside the body. As we know, amoeba has no mouth, yeah, having no any digestive tract, no digestive system. The food particle taken inside the body forms a food vacuole. See in the figure, you diagram, you can see very easily, right? Have already food vacuoles taken inside. Now digestion of food particles takes place by the digestive juices over here. The digested food is absorbed and assimilated in it only, and then after the undigested food is thrown out from the amoeba from the any point of the body. Is a little bit unique characteristics of a amoeba, because I think each and every animal having a fixed part to remove the excreta from their body, but amoeba is the only remove all undigested food from any point of the body. So like this way, feeding and digestion is take place in unicellular organism like amoeba. Got it? So now all of you understood how nutrition takes place in animals like human being, ruminant and amoeba. Sure. Okay, good. Bye.